Hello, I'm about to tell you a story that happened over a quarter century ago to tell you about the attitude I'm going to take into 2020 because it's an attitude that got me where I was going. When I was 33 years old, I had 4 stepkids. I had a 10-month-old baby, and I was working at a law firm, and the law firm required a lot of heavy hours. You know, it was a lot of work, and I had the worst baby in the world. He never slept more than an hour and 45 minutes in a row. I was a raving lunatic. And then I was at a job where I was taking orders from people who I believed. Some of them were great people, but basically there was one cat that I worked for that was deep down to the depths of his gray matter dumb, and it just used to bother me. So I said, you know, somebody gave me an opportunity to run for judge. I said, I'm going to take it. And he told me, now look, you could run for judge at 33. You have no political base. No politician will endorse you, blah, 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 blah. But you can get your name out there so you can run the next time and win. When I told my husband, Eric, that, he said, I have never gotten into any race in my life with the intention of coming in second. So if that's what you're looking to do, don't look for me to help you. And I was like, oh, yeah, brother told me. So I went out and I worked every day, and I took my baby with me, and I walked door to door because that was the only way I was going to beat it, because I had no large political base. The guy that came, there were 5 of us in the race. The guy that came in second was a lawyer in that community 12 years longer than I had been alive, and nobody thought I would win. At the end of the election night, I was home about 7 or like 6:30 or whatever it was, and the polls were going to close in 20 minutes, and nobody was home because everybody else was out at the polls, and I was really exhausted. I had been up for 15 hours, and I thought to myself, what would Eric do? And Eric would get out there and go to the polls. So I went and I found a poll that nobody else was manning, and 5 stragglers came in, and I talked to each and every one. I showed them the literature, and I said this, that, and the other thing. At the end of the night, we called into the election board. I had won by 1 vote. 1 vote, 1 vote. Lesson of the story is manyfold. Number 1, never run to play second. I learned that one from Big E, because that allows you not to do everything that you need to do in order to get where you want to go. That's number 1. That's number 2. Number 2 is never believe what people tell you that you can't do anything, that you can't do something. I mean, everybody told me that I couldn't do it, and I did. And the guy that I beat was just like, wow, what's happening here? Number 3, always vote. You know, everybody says, oh, my vote don't matter. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does matter. That's why they're working so hard to keep so many people off the polls, because voting does matter. You know, a couple of people that rolled over that night and said, I'm gonna vote for her, it would have made all the difference. Now, it had to be recounted 3 times. I ended up winning by 6 votes. But the thing is this, even now, people tell me when I want to break out of this little box that I am in the show that I'm in, people are telling me, no. That's not like people for you. That's not for you. You know, I'm a celebrity, but I'm like an F-list celebrity. Yeah, Beyonce's A-list, all that kind of stuff. I'm F-list, and I have no problem with that because I didn't intend to be on the list at all to begin with. But when you try to move out of your lane, people are always trying to tell you to get back in it. I got a bit of a pep talk. I'm going to call it a pep talk, because I ain't going to say what Eric said to me this time about maybe I oughtn't. He let me know in no uncertain terms that I oughta, so I'm gonna. I might not win. I might not get there. But my belief is, if you've never taken an L, then you're fighting below your appropriate weight class. That's what I say. That's what I believe. That's what I'm taking into 2020. And I think you ought to too. Y'all have a great day.